It's kind of funny how you can search for something and search and search, and you just aren't having any luck finding it. You're turning over, uh, you're turning over, lifting carpets to see if it's whatever you're looking for is under the carpet, or is it, gee, did you put something, that thing you lost up on the top shelf and all that? Well, I was just thinking, back when I was in college, I had a friend named Denny. Denny and I would go out. Well, we were both kind of into geology and finding fossils. Yeah. And I remember Denny one down, we were sitting probably in the cafeteria, uh, choking down whatever they were feeding us for supper. And Denny said, he said, I heard that at one time down near Pomeroy, Ohio, which was about 30 miles away, give or take, he said there's these, if you cross the Ohio River into West Virginia, and also in southern, that would be southeastern, excuse me, I might sneeze, southeastern Ohio, there's these, at one time, back in, long ago in, prehistoric times, uh, there were these giant ferns. I said, what, giant ferns? He says, yeah, the ferns were like trees, only they were ferns. I said, man, that'd be a sight to behold. I mean, wouldn't it? He says, yeah, but I think it was dinosaurs there too. He says, but still, he said it was a pretty cool thing to see, I guess. And he said they're around. You can find them. They're all fossilized now. Them that didn't get turned into coal. And I said, well, I'll be doggone, Denny. Really? He says, yeah. He says, what do you think? Maybe Saturday we hitchhike down that way and we'll dig around through the woods, see what we can find. Maybe we'll find one. God, he said, I'd love to. And I'd love to find one, he said. And I said, I'm with you, pal. Yeah, let's go. And so, darned if we didn't. We're heading down, hitchhiking. Oh my gosh, we got some really wild characters. From hillbillies to college professors to, well, you name it, man. They all getting us down there to Pomeroy. Walking around Pomeroy, that was sort of a town. So I said, God, I don't think there's any fossils here, pal. He says, no, let's cross the bridge. So we crossed the bridge, which I think many years later, I think that was the bridge that collapsed under all that weight. I could be wrong. But I think it collapsed into the Ohio River. There's a lot of people on board on the bridge. Again, I might be wrong, but it was a bridge like it, if nothing else. I remember it seemed very wobbly. Car would go by and you'd be, oh. And but we're heading all through. Now we're in West Virginia. We're kind of poking around. We found some people who let us look over, travel. Roam around on their property to see if we could find a fossilized fern. They wanted first dibs on whatever we found. Well, we said, that's all right. If we find one, we'll probably find dozens. You can take the pick of the litter for all we care. And we just want to get one back to school. And so people were very nice about it and letting us get on their property. Long story short was that we couldn't find any. There wasn't any to be seen. So it's getting dark. We're starting to head back. We're thinking, man, the hitchhiking's not going to be too good on those southeastern Ohio country roads at night. We're going to get nothing but drunks. And so we start diddy bopping home. And the rotten thing is, we weren't finding too many people. We're kind of doing an awful lot of walking. We still had about 25 miles to go. And I remember we're both sitting there saying, whew, man, I got to just take a break. Let's just get out of view, because people were like throwing things at us, beer cans and stuff. Yeah, showing off. And we kind of get back behind some bushes. We're sitting on, I found a stump. Denny found a stump. We're sitting on the stumps. Man, I'll tell you, I wish, God love it, Duck, if we could have only found one of those fossils. Man, we'd have gotten better grades in geology and all that. Maybe the university, Ohio University, had put our name on it, donated by, huh? Yeah, Denny says, I know, doggone it. And then all of a sudden, his eyes get about as wide as they can get. And he's pointing at me. I said, what's the matter? Is my fly open or something? He says, no. No, he says, look, right around your feet. Look down at your feet. And I look, I'm saying, well, oh my God. And I was sitting on a tree stump, but it was a tree stump made of rock. It was a doggone fossilized fern. That's how they looked. It was a big round, like a tree stump, but it was a fern and it was solid rock. Yeah. And I said, Denny, look, what were you sitting? Oh my God, look, you got one too. And oh my God, we're running around. Now they were relatively heavy. We found one or two that we could carry and we haul it back out to the road. Oh, this kind of thing. And we started hitchhiking. Luckily, a friendly person picked us up. He said, what'd you boys get? I said, look at this, sir. It's a fossilized fern. This is an ancient fern, giant fern. He said, well, yeah, he said, I've heard of these. He said, ain't never seen one. Doggone, you boys pretty good at that. I said, there's more of them in there. You get on back there. If you're heading to Athens, Ohio, we'll ride with you. But you want to back up a few hundred yards, we'll find one for you. He said, well, doggone, I would like that. Like that for the home. I said, well, okay, let's, so we back up, we find him one or two, stuff them in the trunk. And he said, boys, you fellas is going right back to your town up there in Athens. He says, doggone her, I tell you, that's all right. Daggone. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to maybe make a bench or something, put a board across it. I said, yeah, that'll look good. What are you boys going to do with yours? Well, we're going to go see if we can't get better grades in geology or paleontology. He says, yeah. Boy, he says, going to grease the old hand, huh? Yeah, I said, sure. Well, doggone it, fellas, off. And anyway, long story short, we're yakking about these darn things all the way back to Athens, Ohio. And indeed, we did plop them into well, I kept one for me. I had one, a sort of a small one. It was only about that big. And kept it in my room. Then he took his, though, and he was more of a geology student than I was. Yeah, I was more like movie major. But doggone if we didn't bring home the bacon. Yep, had that in my dorm. When I eventually left school, took it home. My parents were very impressed about their son's find. Yes. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, you never know. Watch where you sit. You never know what you're going to be sitting on. That's all I can say. Anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and sure, God bless.